We're expecting qualifying to start any minute here in Austin, Texas, where drivers will be hoping to top the timesheets today and be ready for tomorrow's US Grand Prix. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators.
So here we go then, guys. Welcome to another video here today on the Pro Tominator 4 YouTube channel. Today we are doing a tribute to a driver who has retired at the end of this current season, and he's one of my all-time favourite Formula 1 drivers, not just for the racing on track, but for what he has done off track and just the pure memes that he has created for the F1 community. So what we are doing to pay our respects today for Kimi Raikkonen is going back to his last ever win in Formula 1, which is the US Grand Prix of 2018. So what we will be trying to do in this video is recreate that epic victory that he had as his last victory in Formula 1. And if you do like this video, guys, please make sure to let me know down below in the comment section, so that if you'd like to see any videos like this in future, I will be able to do that for you. As you can see, we are currently in our one-shot qualifying lap now to see where we will start on the grid for Sunday's race with Kimi Raikkonen. It's looked like a good lap so far, but just trying to find our feet, as this is the first time back on this game for a few years, so just trying to get used to it again. As you can see, a little bit rusty, but currently P4 with our teammate Sebastian Vettel in first as we come through the final corner, a little bit wide and getting out of shape. But here we go across the line, and where will we be in qualifying here? We are 4th place for the start of the Grand Prix. Not too shabby, quite respectable, and I assume behind both Mercs and my teammate. And yes, we are. There you go. As you can see, we're not too far behind our teammate, just a few tenths of a second. And yeah, before we get into the race, guys, if you're still watching, let me know in the comments of your pre-race predictions if you think we'll be able to win the Grand Prix and match what Kimi Raikkonen was able to do. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get straight into the 2018 US Grand Prix.
Welcome to Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. With lots of overtaking opportunities, this track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and 12 at this anti-clockwise 3.6 mile track. And we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Sainz, Magnussen, Grosjean, Alonso and Max Verstappen, Perez, Hülkenberg, Charles Leclerc and Ocon, Van Dorn, Gasly, Brendan Hartley and Marcus Ericsson, Sirotkin and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, you can brake late into one because of the incline. It's a slow corner though, so make sure you stay out of trouble. Good luck.
So here we go, guys, on the grid, ready for the 5 lights for the US Grand Prix in 2018. 5 lights, and away we go. And it's not a bad start considering our first time on this game for a while, as we actually get close here into turn 1 to the front 3, and we send it down the inside of Bottas, taking a very shallow line and actually going up the inside of everyone here, and we're up into P1. I can't believe it. What a dream start it has been in this Grand Prix as we swing through these left and right handers, coming towards the end of the first sector now, as we make a little bit of a getaway at the beginning of the race, but a little mistake there means that Lewis Hamilton is able to get right back on our tail here, coming towards the back straight now. It's important to get a very good entry to not go too wide, but we have gone slightly wide. But crucially for us, we get a good enough exit, and as you know, or some of you may not know, on the F1 2018 game, the DRS is very much the same, but the ERS is the key difference between this game and the game that we currently play, F1 2021. And while I'm talking away, Lewis Hamilton having a little sniff round the outside there, but unable to make a move stick. So for the time being, we, as ourselves, Kimi Raikkonen is right at the front of this race, just as he was in real life in 2018, as we come through to end the first lap, and we are P1. As we now skip on to lap 2, coming into the back straight, and we have a wild Lewis Hamilton right up behind us here. No DRS available as of yet, but all we have to use is our ERS modes, as we are currently on medium, trying to save a little bit of ERS, but Lewis Hamilton doesn't have the same thinking, as he tries to go straight round the outside of us there, but we are having none of that and shutting the door straight in his face. And we're currently setting purple sectors as well, and yep, you guessed it, straight here yet again 2 laps later on lap 4, and Lewis Hamilton, he fancies a go again here on lap 4. What can he do? Will he do anything different this time, or go to the outside again? Yep, that's right, we force him to the outside, but he makes it actually past us this time. But a late dive down the inside, Max Verstappen inspired, we are able to claim that place back and retain our lead at the front of the Grand Prix. As we cut to lap 5 now, and we're actually making our pit stop off of the ultra soft tyres, which are different compounds to what we have in Formula 1 today, as we go onto the red walled super soft tyre. So we are coming from the purple walled ultra soft tyres onto the red walled super soft tyres, and we are heading out of the pit lane and currently retaining a P7 coming out of the pit lane here, as we have a few cars going past us in a train. We are down to P12 on pit exit, and we sneak in just behind Nico Hülkenberg here. As we race on now through this first sector on our new set of super soft tyres, we are rapidly catching up to the gaggle of cars right in front of us here, and it looks like we might even get a move on Nico Hülkenberg without DRS maybe. As we come down here in towards the back straight, we think about a move, but we are unsuccessful. But on the exit, we get right up behind Nico Hülkenberg, and his rear tyre, and my front tyre are actually level, as we now use the DRS to power straight past him and make a little cheeky dive up the inside of Sergio Perez as well. And we are now up to P10 points playing positions with 2 very important moves. And look at that cheeky little dive on the wily old fox Fernando Alonso himself. And we're now in P9. As you can see, our teammate Sebastian Vettel is in the pit lane to strap on his set of super soft tyres. As the car directly ahead of us, Romain Grosjean, also comes into the pit lane, elevating us up to P8 now in this Grand Prix, with Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, Vettel, Hamilton all in the pits, and we jump all of them to have a net P1 lead once more, as we're all over the back of Kevin Magnussen here in his Haas car. But as you know very well, in America, in this first sweeping section of corners, there's not too much opportunity for overtaking, as we are all over the rear of Kevin Magnussen's car. But we cannot do a thing to get past at the moment. There's just no way through. Even with our superior grip and superior car performance, we're going to have to wait until the back straight with DRS surely, as we take a little sniff to the outside and look for the cutback. but it's not quite on. But we do get a far better exit and much better grip, and before we've even used the DRS, we are effectively ahead. And now with the DRS, using it to pull away even further from Magnussen, and at the end of the straight we are in a very commanding P3 in this Grand Prix now.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
So cutting on to lap 9 now, as you can just see, we have set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We really have a move on, trying to improve and increase our gap to Lewis Hamilton, the car directly behind us. And the race is looking very easy and very controlled at the moment from ourselves. And at this current point, looks like a very well earned win. We are well on the way to doing so, with only 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix. And in fact setting another purple fastest sector here. And oh no, it's a safety car here. A safety car has been called.
Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
I'll keep you updated on the gap. I'll keep you updated on the pace.
Just leave me alone, I know what
For
to do.
information on Hulkenberg, they are out of the race.
And that is not good for our race at all. Having a very commanding lead, it has now all been eroded away, as Lewis Hamilton will be right behind us, and we will be
5 laps of fuel
all
remaining.
under formation, under safety car here, and have to gain back all that time all over again.
You're leading, so don't pass it. Stay behind the safety car.
We need to keep working all 4 tyres, please. Keep working all 4
Yes,
tyres.
yes, I'm doing all the time, so you don't have to remind every second.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this
So
lap.
the safety car is coming in this lap, which will leave us with 3 racing laps to hold on to our lead of the US Grand Prix and finish off this challenge of repeating what Kimi Raikkonen was able to do in real life. We're completely backing off here to let the safety car go, with plans to start the restart earlier than expected here, as we're looking to weave the tyres, something that the Iceman Kimi Raikkonen doesn't typically tend to do, but we're doing it here. And we're looking to start the restart already here, very early, trying to catch Lewis Hamilton off guard, as here we go. We've actually left them behind, but we actually have a bit of a skid into the last corner here, with our tyres being a little bit cold, and Lewis Hamilton has actually gained a little bit of time back on us, but it has been nevertheless a very good restart from ourselves here, heading into turn 1 with none of those problems that we took into the last corner, no skidding, and our tyres appear to be up to temperature now as we come through the first sector with a sweeping left, right, left, and another right, and Lewis Hamilton is not able to stay close behind us here, as he is roughly half a second back, and we're doing well off the restart to not be a sitting duck and actually pull away, proving that we have had the overwhelming performance for the rest of our competitors for pretty much the entirety of this Grand Prix. And as you can see, coming down the back straight this time, Lewis Hamilton is not able to do anything, mount any challenge, so all of a sudden it's all looking very good again that we will be able to get this win at the US Grand Prix.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
And over the last 2 laps, the gap just proceeds to get larger and larger, and actually cutting onto the last lap here to the final sector. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we've only gone and done it ourselves, racing as Kimi Raikkonen here, as we come through the last corner, are going to win the US Grand Prix in 2018 for the 2nd time.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past...
To the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
And so here we are then, on to the final race results, as we have gone and won the US Grand Prix with Lewis Hamilton in second, which I believe, it is a few years ago now, but I do believe Lewis Hamilton was second in the actual 2018 US Grand Prix also, with Sebastian Vettel coming third here in this race, Valtteri Bottas fourth, Ricardo Verstappen 5th and 6th, 7th Sainz, 8th Magnussen, 9th Grosjean, and rounding off the top 10 in the Force India, Sergio Perez. And to end off this tribute to Kimi Raikkonen, this amazing episode, I thought there would be no better way but to go out than to show you all some of my favourite Kimi Raikkonen memes from his time in Formula 1. Some of his more recent years in Formula 1, and yeah, to make you all hopefully have a bit of a smile ending this video. So thank you very much, guys. If you did like the video, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments. So guys, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Stay safe, take care, see ya.
Kimi, welcome back. Scene of a very famous victory for you many moons ago. Can you believe it's the last Ferrari World Championship? How proud are you that when the history of this sport and Ferrari is looked upon, your name will be linked as a champion with this team?
We are behind Bottas.
Confirm, we are behind Bottas.
How did we end up behind him? Why we didn't stop earlier?
He was leading the race, Kimi.
Ah, okay, I thought that they were the other way around. No, not the drink.
No, Kimi.
Let me know.
No, you will not have the...
No, it's a switch on or not.
You mean the slow button?
No, is my drinking, is it emptying the bottle or not?
No, Kimi, no. You will not have the drink.
Steering wheel, claps on steering wheel here. Give me steering wheel. Hey, steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on, move.